Hi, my name is David Wallimann. Welcome to this channel, which is all about helping guitar players like you find your voice on the instrument, develop it to tell your own musical story. It's not about copying someone else, it's about finding some simple tricks, simple tools, whether it's a lick or a scale or a chord, and then find how that musical element can relate with you and how you can use it. And today we're going to start with a very simple idea that involves hammer-ons and open strings. For this to work well, I think, maybe personal taste, but I think a cleaner tone, it doesn't have to be super clean. A little bit of overdrive is okay, but mostly clean so that you can hear every single note ring out. And a little bit of delay and reverb helps also. For this I'm using my Axe Effects. That's what I've been using for the last few years. So if you've been asking about my tones, factory presets on this thing, and it always works really well for what I do. Anyways, let's grab your guitar and let's get to the close-up. We're going to use these 4 fingers for this exercise, the thumb, the index, the middle, and the ring. I'll show you one position, then we're going to expand and explore different possibilities. For this, we're going to use the first 4 strings. The thumb will take care of the bass, the lower note of our voicing, and for this, it's going to be on the 4th string, the D. And the index is going to be on the next string, the 3rd string, the middle on the 2nd, and the ring finger is going to be on the 1st string. That's for the right hand, very simple. Then I'll show you one shell or one voicing here, and then we'll expand. The idea here is that we're going to do 2 hammer-ons. One hammer-on from an open string, and the next hammer-on from the note that we just hammered on. And for this, we're going to play on the 4th string. We'll do open string, hammer on 5, and hammer on 7. All right. After these 3 notes, we're going to use the open string on the 3rd string. And then we're going to play the 2nd string open, followed by a hammer on with the index finger on the 5th fret. So on the left hand, the fingering is open, index, ring, open, open, and index. And we're going to add a final note here with the ring finger on the 1st string. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 total notes. That's the main idea. And then we're going to expand on this. So what happens if we move this 2 frets higher? That's what happens. Do you like it or do you not like it? If the answer is yes, just put that in a box in your mind and we're going to reuse this at some point. If the answer is no, then just move on to another shape. Right now we're using the same exact shape starting on different frets, and we're just going to explore what works and what doesn't work. That was on the 2nd fret. Gives you a different sound. Do you like it? Yes. Do you not like it? Move on to the next. And so forth. Now we can move on a little bit further. If you took note of some that you liked, for example, the first one here starting on the 5th fret, I kind of like that. I also like the one starting 2 frets higher. So we're just going to use these 2. Maybe we can change things. Maybe after doing that shape, we can add a new bass, maybe on the low E string. Let's try the same thing 2 frets higher. What happens now if we change the bass to the 5th string? It changes the chord, right? Because that low bass, which is the final note, really gives definition to all the other notes. It attracts everything else that we did, and that's what creates the mood, that's what creates the voicing and the chord. And that's the idea here. Now, if you have a shape that you don't really like, maybe change one note. So in this case, I use the same exact shape starting on the 2nd fret. What if I changed this last hammer, instead of doing it on the 2nd fret, I do it on the 3rd fret? that works. And that's a new shape. Now, I'm not saying that the first one was awful. It's actually pretty nice, but it's more of a specific context. And that's the idea. And you can reuse this on different strings now. So what if we took that original shape that we had and we played that, but instead of using strings 4, 3, 2, 1, we use strings 5, 4, 3, 2. A new voicing with the same exact technique, same exact fingering, same exact shape. You're just exploring here. I'm not saying that all of them sound good. Maybe they do to you, and that's okay. Maybe they don't, and that's okay too. That's where the personal work, the personal connection with what you want to hear and what you're delivering is established. And that connection is very, very important. We're just exploring. If you knew theory and if you know all your intervals, you can make more targeted choices. But this is not what this is about. This is about exploration. So far, really, there are two shapes that I kind of like. I like the first one that we played. And I like an alternative where instead of hammering on the 5th fret, which is the first fret that we hammered to, I'm going to change that 1 fret higher. So those two shapes could do a lot, and I'm going to play a little bit using these two shapes, not starting on the same fret all the time, but the same two shapes, and we'll see what happens. Starting to create music like that, and then you can maybe keep researching like that and basically changing the notes as you want. But the main thing is you start with an open string, you hammer 2 notes, open string on the next one, open string and hammer. So open, hammer, hammer, open, open, hammer, open. See that shape there? Same principle. Open, hammer, hammer, open, open, hammer, and open. I just changed the shape, the actual frets that I was hammering on. This one, really like that one. That's a beautiful shape. I am starting with a low E string, open, hammer on 7, hammer on 10. Those are the first 2 hammers. 5th string open. 4th string open, and then hammer on 7, and then I'm going to end on not an open string but on the 9th fret. That shape, really nice. Play the same exact shape here, but instead of starting to hammer on 9, I'll hammer it on 2. Possibilities are really endless. You can implement some short melodic passages, pentatonic based if you want. And so forth. If you want to go further with this idea, you can download a free PDF that I prepared for you. It comes with different voicings using that technique. It's a good starting point to go a little bit further and create a piece that is unique to you. To do that, just visit the link below, enter your best email address, and I'll be sending you that free PDF right away. And if this was your first visit on this channel, thank you. You should consider subscribing because I have about 3 videos coming every single week helping guitar players like you find your voice on the instrument, develop it to tell your own musical story. Remember, no one can play the way you play on the guitar. I'll see you next time.